I don't sleep that much, but I sure do sleep on these authors. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you guys don't know me, I'm Lisa, and I'm always constantly sleep deprived. I literally only sleep like maybe 5 hours to 6 hours like a day, and it's really bad for my health. And Jessica from Peace Love Books XO like is always cringing every time she like sees me like posting IG stories at like 2 a.m. in the morning and waking up at like 7 a.m. to go to work. And I'm a mess. I can't sleep for that long, but I do like to sleep. Like, for example, I went on vacation recently and my friend was freaking out because I went to bed at like 3:30 in the morning, maybe 4 o'clock after going out, and I woke up at 9:30. My body just doesn't want to sleep past 6 hours unless I'm fully sleep deprived and I can go into a coma, or I could take very short naps, or I take naps throughout the day. That's how I catch up on my sleep. But regardless of my sleeping schedule, and we're not talking about my sleeping schedule, we're going to talk about some authors that I have been sleeping on for the past years of my existence on this planet.
And I know these authors are like really popular and
everybody reads them, but for some reason I can't put the effort in to actually read their books because I'm so scared and I'm so intimidated. But here are the authors that I should read in the very near future. So the first author I want to talk about is an author that I actually did read some books from her. This was when she was first coming out as an author and establishing herself as an author, and I signed up for a lot of those like marketing, like publishing books, marketing plans, you know, like those things, those signups, like where you sign up and then you get an e-arc of it and then you just like read it, and then everybody does like the blog blasts, the blog tours, and like the reviews, like the cover reveals and like everything like that, like so that kind of mess. So I signed up for it and I read this author called Jessica Prince. Now Jessica Prince, I read a couple books from her, but when she first debuted, and it was called Seducing Lola, and it's from her Girl Talk series, and she has finished the series thus so far because it's been a long time, and I actually really enjoyed Seducing Lola. I liked her style of writing. It was entertaining, it kept me interested, and I liked the chemistry between her characters. It's just that after reading like maybe 2 books after that series and reading another book from her other series, I just forgot about her, mostly because I stopped signing up for those e-arc review like sprees, and I just deleted myself off the email list chain, so I never got notified if I could sign up for those blog review tours. So yeah, but I would definitely go back to it because she is available, I believe, on Kindle Unlimited, and since I have the subscription, I can totally read her other novels. It's just that I've been sleeping on her. So I would recommend Seducing Lola to start with because I did read it and I did enjoy it from what I remembered. And her other series is called Corrupt, and it's the Civil Corruption series. So Corrupt is the first book in the series, and that one's like a rock star romance. So Seducing Lola is like a contemporary women's romance series that you can read if you like that. And then Corrupt is rockstar romances, if you like rockstar romances. For me, I didn't really like rockstar romances, so that's why I didn't really give it a high rating, but I know a lot of people do, so definitely check it out because it was still good writing and it still had the nice juicy drama that everybody likes in a novel. The second author is similar to Jessica Prince. I read one novel from her and I absolutely loved it, but then I just never went back to her. So this author is actually named Jordan Marie, and if I'm correct, it is a female. I'm actually not too sure if it's a guy, but I'm gonna say it's a girl. I'm so sorry if it's a guy. I'll correct it in like here if like I'm right or wrong. But anyway, so Jordan Marie wrote this book called In Too Deep, and I remember finding it on Kindle and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna spend my Saturday reading it, and I did spend that Saturday reading it. I sat on my couch in my living room. It's very vivid memories because I really enjoyed the book, but I was sitting in the living room and I just read the whole novel in one sitting and I absolutely adored it. So definitely check out Jordan Marie. She writes like novels with older male characters with younger females, so if you're into that, check it out. The next author is an author that I know Lacey and I think Jessica too will kill me for, but it's Mariana Zapata. I think that's how Lacey said it in her videos. I don't know how to read authors' names. I actually don't know how to read as well, so we have those two issues. But Mariana Zapata is an author that basically everybody loves on Kindle Unlimited. She writes really slow burn romances that are like 400 pages or more. They're just thick. They're thick babies. And that's probably another reason why I'm intimidated to read Mariana's books. I read or I listened to half an audiobook of her, I think, Dear Erin series or Dear Erin book. I'll put the picture up here if I got the title wrong again. But I listened to half of it and it was just so slow that I just couldn't finish the rest. But Lacey has recommendations for Culty, I think. I think that was her favorite novel. So maybe I should read Culty instead of like random novels from the author itself. And yeah, there's really no much more explanation, but she's just really popular because she writes the slow burn romances that everybody loves. So definitely check it out because I'm not. The next author is a Canadian author, and her name is Karina Hall. I believe that's how you say her last name. And Karina Hall is like, she's so bubbly on Instagram, or at least from the pictures I see on Instagram, she's very bubbly. Like, she has blonde hair, blue eyes, she has a cute smile, she has a cute husband, she's always going traveling, and it's just so beautiful. And she's also from Canada, and she also buys a lot of makeup, which I totally relate to. And she writes these novels that look so fun. So she has this series called the Royal Romance series, and the first book is called The Swedish Prince, and then the second one's called The Wild Heir, and then it's The Nordic King. And these covers look amazing. I absolutely want to read it, but am I reading it? No. So each book is around 400 pages as well, or at least like in the 300 zones. So that's another reason why I'm intimidated by it. Not because I don't read long novels. Now I do read long novels, but it's just that I'm scared because she's a new author to me that I don't want to commit 300 pages to it. I know this makes no sense because my arcs are from authors that I probably never read before either, but I don't know why I'm holding back on Karina. So sorry. I know a lot of my friends also really liked that series that I just mentioned, and I should take a dive into it. But maybe one day when I'm feeling in the mood for a royal romance, I'll choose her, you know? So the last author has a really nice Instagram account, and she, like, all her photos look like they're stock photos because they just look so professional, so nice, but it's actually not. It's just her house, and she just designed it so well, and her photography skills are just like amazing. And her name is Elle Macy, I believe that's how you say her last name. Like I said it before, I don't know how to read. But she writes so she wrote 2 novels that got really popular on Kindle Unlimited, and I saw it like blowing up the charts, and it's called The Hardest Fall was one of them, and then Marriage for One was the most recent one that blew up the charts. These 2 novels I believe are very thick. Now I think they're like near like 400 and something pages, and that's like intense. Like, how long, like, I get intimidated by long stories because I feel like the longer they are, the higher the chance that the author is just drawing out the pages and making the book longer than necessary. I see a lot of people reading it on Instagram, and a lot of people saying that it's such a good book, and you should read it. So The Hardest Fall, I think I read like the first 10 pages and I wasn't in the mood to read it. It was a typical story about like a football player and a pretty girl, and they didn't really get along, or like it was just like a weird mess. I actually don't really remember too much of it, so that's why I had to put it down. But I definitely want to give her a try sometime soon. So if you did read this author, let me know. So these are the authors that I have been sleeping on, and yeah, I know I'm a mess. I know there are a lot of books that I should be reading, but I'm not. But I'm also reading other books that are good too, so I shouldn't feel too bad about. But also my friends hate me because I'm not reading their favorite authors. So yeah, I definitely want to check it out, and maybe one day I will, and then you'll see our reading wrap up. Let me know which authors to check out first, because then I can like prioritize my reading skills. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye. Can't let you go. I can't let you go. 우리 운명적 한 번은